Hi there guys, and welcome back to the mk1 Cavalier, to part 2 of trying to get the engine running. So if you remember in the last episode, I left it where I'd put in the injectors from a C20XE, and here they are, C20XE. So these are not going to be good enough for this engine to work properly because they're a much lower cc. These are about 170 cc per injection, but I'm just curious. I'm curious to see, just as a little experiment, if it will actually run at all with these injectors in. So I'm going to try it anyway. So in this video I'm going to be attempting to get all this put back together and just try it and see it if it will actually run with these ones in. So I'm going to make a start, and I'm just going to try and get all the wiring back in position and try and get the injectors in. Now, one thing that has happened since I did the last video is I've spoken to my mate again, Tony, the same Tony who helped me try and get it running right last time round, and he's actually offered me a set of new injectors which are actually from a later engine. So they're not actually injectors made for this engine, they're actually injectors made for a later C20XE. So the plan is, just excuse me a sec while I disappear off camera. So the plan is to give it a go with a set of injectors from that particular car. Right, let me just so I'm just screwing back in the injector rail. Of course, if I do try this, I'm then going to have to depressurize it when I do come to try the other injectors. So yeah, so basically the other injectors which he is sending me in the post to try them and see if they work are actually pretty much okay to use, he reckons, because they are more or less the same cc as the original ones for the car. They are actually slightly bigger cc. Where have I just put me there, put it in top engine. This is one thing that any home mechanic will be very, very aware of, especially when you're in the middle of talking, where you go and put something down and then you're like, where on earth did I just put that I've just had? I've just literally had it in my hand. Where did I put it? So I'm going to put it there this time so I know exactly where it is. When I've just remembered the other nut for the other earth fell on the floor, didn't it, on my last video, so I'm going to have to try and retrieve that. So that's one earth screwed back on. I'd also disconnected that plug off the coil, and I disconnected that plug, so I'll push them back in. Right, what else have I disconnected? The throttle linkage, so I need to put that back where it was. I'll put that back afterwards actually. Let's move these cables out of the way so I can plug the main injection rail back on. So the injectors are all lined up. So they're all back on, nice and easy. Right, now put this back on. I say it does seem a bit daft that I'm doing this and then I've got to take it all back off again when I get the other injectors, but I'm just so curious just to see if it will run with these injectors, that I just want to try it. So this is the you'll notice I'm using oh no, I did use this one last time, didn't I? Of course I did. So I don't want to get too tight, don't want to over torque and risk snapping bolts. So that'll do for that. So the only earth I haven't reconnected is this one. In fact, I don't think that'll reach now. I'm going to put it... Right, so I'm going to have to just put the earth around the wrong side of the injector so it won't reach. Right. That's annoying. So I'm just going to have to... Oh, they're on really tight now. Oh, I can't get it off. Right, okay, brilliant. So I'm just going to... This is what I get for trying to rush. This is what I get for trying to rush it. Right. Yeah, guys, be careful. Oh, I can't get this back off now. Right, can I feed it round any other way? No, it's basically this earth cable here. I've fed it round the wrong side of that injector, so now I can't get it back out. So I've just got to try and get this back off. And this actually sits down a lot tighter on these injectors than it did on the last injectors. So I'll be back in a minute. Right, guys, I'm back and I've sorted it. I didn't actually need to move the rail at all. The earth wire was actually okay. It was just jammed on something, so I couldn't actually reach. Also, the little nut that I dropped on the floor the other day in the last video, I've just retrieved it. It was on the floor, I could see it shining, and I've got my long magnetic thing for picking nuts up. I just reached under the car, beep, picked it up, and yeah, these are really useful. You know, if you drop a screw, drop a nut or something, just every mechanic needs to have one of these extendable. I mean, this one's a bit broken, it's held together with electrical tape, but it does the job. So yeah, so I'm just tightening up this earth wire now that I've got it. There we go, and the other earth wire. So that's them tight, and then these pipes there and there. I'm not going to bother tightening up the jubilees, they're only breathers, it don't matter for this particular test. That just goes on there. Right, so I need to put this back on. Now this is one of the modifications on this car, because this is a front wheel drive engine in a rear wheel drive car. All this inlet manifold is custom made. This is all custom. I'll have to show you at a later date, maybe in video number 3. But yeah, all this inlet pipe and everything is unique to this car. That is actually off for a Vectra, because I had to get a new one of these, and this bit of pipe is actually off for a Vectra B. And I had to cross-reference the part number on it, because the one that was on the car when I bought it split, and I'm like, oh, that's great, how on earth do I get a new one of them? And then I found from cross-referencing it, it's from a Vectra B. So I'll just tighten that on. That'll do, don't want to over tighten it. That plugs back on there. The rubber's come off. There's that goes in the inlet. I can get it in. This is the problem, you see, when you're working on a car that's got a lot of customised bits on. Things don't always work quite as well as they would on an original production car, so you have to work with what you've got sometimes. So there's like an air input sensor there that's in this custom bit of hosing. I think that's everything reconnected. So all I need to do now is go and get the battery, which I forgot to put on charge, so I'm going to have to use my booster as well. I'm going to have to use my booster pack as well that I showed you in the last video. Put the ECU back on, and then we'll try for a start up and we'll see what it does. I've realised, oh yeah, the cap for the fuel pressure thing is there, so make sure that's on as well. I think that's it. Don't think I really need to tighten anything else up. I may as well just tighten this breather up actually. It will take a second or two just to tighten it up. Just get the Jubilee in the right position. May as well for the sake of a couple of seconds, haven't I? The other Jubilee has dropped right down to the bottom of the other pipe though, so let's use my magnetic tool, see if that'll work. No, not quite strong enough to be able to pull that. I'll have to do that next time I have the rail off, because the other Jubilee's gone all the way down the pipe, right down to the very bottom. But again, it's only a breather, it's going to be fine for what I'm doing. Right, so I'm going to go and grab the battery, guys, and see what it does. Right then, guys, I'm back. I've connected the ECU, I've connected the battery. I ain't put my booster on yet. I'm just going to see if there's any life in the battery just to do anything initially. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time for fuel to pump through, obviously. Now, you might remember from when I've had it running before, it was very, very noisy up at the top end. Very, very noisy at the top end with, sounds like tappet noise. So I think I might have got an oil pressure issue. So I'm not going to run it for long if it does start. It's just an experiment to see if it starts. I'm going to do an oil change, and I'm going to drop the pan off the bottom of the engine, I think. But I don't think that's particularly an easy job to do with it being rear-wheel drive, and the steering rack goes under the engine and the cross member goes under the engine. I don't know how easy a job that is, so I might just have to put a load of oil cleaning stuff in the engine. I have actually got some, you know, for trying to clean out whatever it is that's in there and then do an oil change. I'm not sure yet, but let's give it a go anyway, guys, and see if it goes out. Yep, there's not enough power in that battery. So, let me just grab my booster, put the booster on. And we'll try it again. See if we get anything. I'm thinking that everything is all reconnected. I'm sure everything is. Oh, nearly went. Oh, nearly. Nah, maybe get one of these injectors in. It's a bit noisy and it's a bit smoky, but it runs. Yeah, there's quite a lot of smoke coming out of the exhaust. Well, it's not been run for a little bit, and like I said, I think if some crap had gone down inside the engine, I've just realised I just tried revving the engine and it cut out. Yeah, the throttle position centre's not plugged in. Shall we try that again with that plugged in? I unplugged my battery booster, didn't I? Let's put my battery booster back on. Let's put my battery booster back on. Because I thought, well, it's started now, let it run off the alternator. I forgot to put it back on. Let's try again. You get the idea. Let me just check my battery booster, what power's left in it. Oh, I think it's killed it. It's killed me battery booster. So I've now got no battery to be able to try again. So I'll put my battery booster on charge. That's this one. So you're showing 0 battery now. So I'll go and put that on charge. I'll charge the main battery up. Let me just come back on camera. But that is the best it has run in a hell of a long time. It actually started, it actually ran. As soon as I tried to rev it, it cut out, but that's probably because these injectors are not the proper injectors for this engine. So with some better injectors in, I might be cooking on gas. So stay tuned for more, and yeah, please like, browse, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.